Hello, my name is Philemon Holmes, aka Lemonhead VGM, and in this video I'm going to go over the basic triad in different chord types. But before we begin, I want to first cover scale degrees, as I will mention them frequently. In the major scale, we have 7 scale degrees. We have the 1, or the tonic, the 2, or the supertonic, the 3, or the median, the 4, or the subdominant, the 5th, or the dominant, the 6th, or the submedian, and the 7th, or the leading tone. Now, what are the basic triads? Well, a basic triad consists of a root, its third, and a fifth. A fifth, either an augmented fifth, a perfect fifth, or a diminished fifth. Now, what are the chord types? Well, there are 4 basic triad types. You have the major triad, the minor triad, the diminished triad, and the augmented triad. I will cover these in the order of how common they are. Let's first start with the major chord. The most common of these is, of course, the major chord, which consists of a root, its major third, and its perfect fifth. For the sake of this video, all the chords I demonstrate will use the root of C. So, the major chord is defined by its root and its third. The root and its third produce the happy effect that's associated with the major chord. Now, the structure of any major chord is a root, its major third, and a perfect fifth. Any chord in any key, if it is major, has the same intervals between its root, its third, and its fifth, no matter what. Let's use the chord D major to demonstrate that. As you can see, the chord has the root of D, a major third of F sharp, and the perfect fifth of A. Now on to the minor chord. The minor chord is similar to the major chord in structure. You have the root and the perfect fifth, but instead of the major third, you have the minor third. In the case of C major, in the case of C, C's minor third is E flat. Once again, these chords are defined by the nature of its third. That is the only difference between the major chord and the minor chord. Now on to the next common on the list, the diminished chord. The diminished chord consists of a root, its minor third, and the diminished fifth. The diminished fifth is a lowered perfect fifth or an augmented fourth. In the case of C, the diminished fifth would be G flat or F sharp. The interval between the root and its diminished fifth is called a tritone, and the tritone creates a dissonant feeling, a dissonance that creates tension. Now on to the last of these. The least common of these is the augmented chord. The augmented chord consists of the root, its major third, and the augmented fifth. The augmented fifth is a raised perfect fifth, raised by 1 degree. In the case of C, C has the augmented fifth of G sharp. Now, you may be asking, well, in a scale, where do these occur? Where do these occur? I will explain that now. In a major scale, following is the chord progression. You have the major 1, you have the minor 2, you have the minor 3, you have the major 4, you have the major 5, you have the minor 6, and you have the diminished 7. The natural minor consists of the same chord progressions, only you start on the 6th scale degree instead of the 1st scale degree. Let me demonstrate that right now. Now let me discuss the harmonic minor and the melodic minor. The harmonic minor is a minor where the 7th scale degree is a raised leading tone. I will demonstrate that with the key of C harmonic minor. The melodic minor is similar to the harmonic minor, only it has a raised 7th and a raised 6th, as so. In the harmonic minor, the chord progression is this: the minor 1, the diminished 2, the major 3, the minor 4, the major 5, the major 6, and the diminished 7th. In the melodic minor, it has a similar chord progression, only due to the raised 6th, it is also a diminished 6th. Now you may be wondering, well, when should I use them? If you want a happier sound, you should use more major chords and use the major scale. If you want a more sad or more melancholic sound, you would want to use the minor scale or minor chords more frequently. If you want greater tension in your music, you would want to use the diminished chord, as it has that tension due to the dissonance. And if you want a really weird sound or a really weird music, really experimental, you would use the augmented chord. Now that wraps up my video discussing the basic triad and basic chord types. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned some more music theory. Have a good day.